Hare Krishna. In this world, everybody is externally active and internally inactive. That's a conditioned soul. Just like you can only desire to go to your destination and buy a train ticket. Once you sit in the train, you are inactive, the train engine is pulling you along with the bogies to the destination. You are just inactive, sitting and watching it. Similarly, the jiva makes the choice of a particular desire, and that desire is executed by the three gunas, tamaguna, rajaguna and sattva. This is very nicely explained in the 5th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. Naiva kinchit karomi iti yukto manjeta tattvavid pashyan shrinvan sprishan jagran ashnan gachan swapan shwasan pralapan visarjan unmishan nimishan api indriyani indriyarteshu vartanta iti dharayan. Like that Krishna is telling, a realized soul or a liberated soul can clearly see, na eva kinchit karomi. I am not the doer. The body is being activated by the three gunas. Like the train is moving me. I am just seated in the bodily train. Like that one can see. One who is awakened soul can see. Now what is the problem in your body being active and your soul being inactive? There is a lot of problem in that. Because durashayaye bahir arthamanina. Bahir arthamanina means taking the external world of glitter and glamour to be very important. Is that all right or dangerous? Deadly it is. Bhogaishwarya prasaktanam taya apahrita chetasam vyavasayatmika buddhir samadhavna vidhiyate. So, the glitter and glamour of this world is going to allure us and make us forget the Lord of our life. And if you are going to be externally situated, in that way what happens, the external body becomes dynamic and very active, running here and there for sense gratification. But the soul is sleeping. That is why Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sings, Jiva jago, Gaura chanda bole, Kota nidra javo maya, Pishachira kole. So he is reminding all the sleeping souls. He is saying that, my dear soul, your body is awake, but the soul is sleeping. Now wake up. Don't just be carried away by the bodily activities in this world. You are going to be repeatedly bound by that and taking millions of bodies. So, in the dialogue between Rahugana and Jadabharata, Rahugana was externally alert, internally inert. And Jadabharata was internally alert, externally inert. Why? He was like a dumb, deaf, blind man. He was not speaking anything. Externally inert. But internally, super alert. He was a Paramahamsa Mahabhagavad. He was very much busy in the activities of the soul, in the spiritual plane. Whereas Rahugana was driven by Ahankara and the lower gunas of Rajoguna. So he was very angry externally. So his external body was driven by three gunas. But soul was sleeping. So by Jadabharata's conversation with Rahugana, what did he do? He woke up the sleeping soul. And then what is the proof that the sleeping soul woke up? Immediately the sleeping soul woke up and jumped off from the palanquin and fell on the ground, and he offered obeisances to whom? Jadabharata. That goes to show that he got woken up spiritually. And then because of that waking up, he became realized, understood, I am not the body, I am the spirit soul. And the knowledge of the soul became awakened. Uddhava also was approached by Vidura, who asked him only one question. Can you please tell me about how our Lord Krishna is in Dwaraka? Immediately Uddhava had tears springing from his eyes. And the Prabhupada says he fell unconscious. Why he fell unconscious? Because body became inert, but spirit soul became alert in remembrance of Krishna. Then Uddhava came down from the Vaikuntha to the material plane, Prabhupada writes. Although he was right in front of him only, but his soul was posted in Vaikuntha. From there he came down, and then he spoke about Krishna's pastimes in Dwaraka to Vidura. So, in this way the jnanis are trying to become materially inert and spiritually alert. So when you go from negative axis everybody is externally alert and internally inert. As you go to the 0-0, you are spiritually alert and materially inert. But spiritually, when you become awakened in 0-0, there is no activity. There is only one activity. Aham Brahmasmi. Aham Brahmasmi. I am spirit soul. I am spirit soul. They try to recollect themselves. I am not this material body. I am spirit soul. Like that they try to meditate. So, this is called as Nitya Anitya Vastu Vivekam. Iha Amutra Bhogadi Viragam, we call it. Nitya Anitya Vastu Vivekam means what is temporary, what is permanent. They analyze and they understand. Who am I? The spirit soul, I am permanent. The body is temporary. They understand this. And Iha means material world. Amutra means heaven. Iha Amutra Bhogadi Viragam. I will be detached from the bhoga. And then subsequent Shochati Kankshati, all these things. By withdrawing myself. Like a coconut, when it withdraws inside, it becomes copra, correct, no? Kudu 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 sound comes. Or supari also. It withdraws itself. Like that I will withdraw from the external activities by going to Himalayas and I will be aloof and I will be spiritually awake. But is it easy to do? It's very difficult when they try to recollect. Many Sobari Muni try to do that, he fell down. So, but when you go to positive axis, the soul not only knows Aham Brahmasmi, he acts on the platform of Brahman. Prabhupada said if somebody joins IT company and sitting there, I am computer engineer, I am computer engineer, people will catch his ears and say, do something. Correct, no? So we have to act on the platform of soul. So that is what is called as Chaitanya Charita Amrita. Prabhupada writes in the beginning of TLC, Chaitanya means the conscious soul, Charita means his life, Amrita means immortal. The immortal life of the Jiva in the spiritual world is called Chaitanya Charita Amrita. Prabhupada writes this. So what are the immortal activities of the Jiva in the spiritual world? Those are the spiritual activities where, your external body appears to be active because the soul is very active. Just like this hand now, when I move the hand, the kurta is also moving. Is the kurta alive? No. But hand is moving, so kurta is moving. So we should be inside out, not outside in. Inside out means make the soul very active and then due to that body can be active. Then in that way you will never get entangled. For example, the Gopis, they were husband, wife, children, they were doing farming, they were doing cooking, they were taking care of the household. But were they entangled? No. Why they were not entangled? Because they were inside out. The soul was active remembering Krishna. Tavat ragadayastenaha Tavat karagriham griham Tavat mohong grinigado Yavat Krishna nate janaha. This verse says, Brahmaji is telling, the Gopis, they were actually looking like ordinary rustic people in the village, very active, but their activities are all Krishna conscious. Once you activate the soul, in relation to Krishna you act, as the soul you act, then the body is not entangled by karma, he is saying. So there are three platforms. Karmi platform means what? Body active, soul sleeping. Jnani means soul has just now rubbing the eyes and waking up. And he has not started any activity. And Bhakta means soul is super dynamic, active. And he does not do anything on the external platform, but his external activities are all coming from the internal activities. Correct? Now, like a devotee of the Lord, can raise funds, put in the bank, construct a very big temple for the Lord. He can have many, many vehicles going on Sankirtan. But all the activities are all initiated by the soul in response to one's devotional awakening. So that is actually the real platform of spiritual activities. So Bhakti Yoga is a real platform of spiritual activities, whereas Karmi life means driven by the three gunas. Our body is slapped and whipped and kicked and punched and buried in the material samsara ocean. So we have to go from material activities to spiritual activities. But material activities are outside in, whereas the spiritual activities are inside out. So the chanting of the holy name is to revive our original identity. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So by chanting this, what do we mean? Ayinanda tanuja kinkaram patitam mam vishame bhavam budhau Kripaya tava pada pankajastita dhuli sadrisham vichintaya. My dear son of Nanda, Krishna, somehow or other, I am your eternal servant. Somehow or other, I have fallen down into this ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up and place me in my natural, original position of being your eternal servant, so that I can perform devotional service eternally at your lotus feet. So this is actually indicating that I am your eternal servant. But now I have become covered by body and mind. Again I want to become your eternal servant and continue my seva to you. In this consciousness, the soul can be fully awakened, engaged in Krishna service and be very blissfully situated. Then the external activities will not entangle the person, because external activities are conducted by internal potency. Whereas if we are not going to awaken the soul is going to be sleeping, then body is very active. Our activities are all conducted by external potency. Who is that? Now she is very famous now during this period. What is that? Durga. Correct? No? So we also should not see Durga Mata as separate. We should see Durga as a sister of Krishna. Correct? No? You know, we should see she is Krishna's potency. Chayeva yasya bhuvanani vivarti Durga. By seeing like that, then seeing Durga will inspire us to take shelter of Krishna. Mamevi prapadyante maya metam tarantite. In this way, understanding, that's why he says, Durashayaye bahirartamanina. Hiranyakashipu was seeing external activities to be everything. And Prahalad saw internal activities to be everything. Prahalad was driven by internal potency. And Hiranyakashipu was driven by external potency. Ultimately, Hiranyakashipu was defeated. And Prahalad emerged victorious, because internal potency activities are the real activities. External potency activities are like a shadow. They are here today, they will be gone tomorrow. That is why we are chanting daily to take ourselves from external potency to internal potency shelter. Prabhupada says it's like resigning from Maya's company and admitting ourselves to Krishna's company. Harinam Prabhu ki. Let's offer our humble obeisances and to all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord who are just like to say trees, ocean of mercy, full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha krupa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta koti Vaishnava vrindaki Vaishnava Thakur Srila Prabhupada ki Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki